Coming up on Mountain News this morning, students at Hazard High School had the opportunity to participate in a wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery.
And as winter approaches, it makes it more difficult for some local vendors to sell products, but one market in Perry County helped out yesterday.
Plus, Kentucky's capital is looking into a ban on vaping in public in hopes that it would reduce the number of teenagers who vape.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59. I'm Will Puckett.
And I'm Madison Pergram.
Thank you for tuning into Mountain News this morning on Wednesday, November the 27th, or Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanksgiving Eve, and you can hear the rain coming down in here.
Yes, you can. So it's going to be a fun 2 hours trying to stay awake. Let's bring Brandon in this morning. And Brandon, rain overnight is kind of moving its way out right now, but this is going to be a consistent theme for the day, isn't it?
Oh, well, for the first half of the day, and then we'll see things actually probably turn sunny late in the day, but it's going to be a fast-moving cold front that's affecting us this morning. Two things we're going to watch today. This, what you're seeing here, the rain, heavy rain coming down right now. Live pinpoint Doppler radar just over Hazard. You're seeing it kind of starting to break up a little bit, but still some off to our north and west. That line near Louisville, that's the cold front. Once it gets here, it's going to bring some pretty stout wind with it. Visibility is rough this morning, especially where areas where they're seeing heavy rain, so just be careful of that. Temperatures are actually going to warm up. You see 60 there in Louisville, 58 in Monticello, so we're going to push some warm air in from the southwest. Should get into the low 60s before things start to drop as we head deeper into the day. Wind advisory in effect until 7 for the entire region tonight. We'll talk all about that and the rest of the forecast for today coming up here in just a little bit. Madison?
Thank you, Brandon. Well, students at Hazard High School take a trip to New York and Washington, D.C. their junior year. During that trip, students have the opportunity to participate in a wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery. Luke Glazier, a teacher at the high school, says this trip allows students to experience many things they have learned out of a textbook firsthand.
It's kind of trying to grapple with the idea that, you are here in this moment, in this place that you've been hearing about, and, just trying to kind of understand your role in that and the part you play as an American and as a person who's going to kind of inherit all this one day.
Glazier says although this is something that is done with every junior class, every year many students experience this for the first time. The Arlington National Cemetery is just one stop on their trip. Others include the White House and the Lincoln Memorial.
Well, vendors set up in downtown yesterday for the Thanksgiving pop-up market. As winter approaches, it makes it more difficult for some vendors to sell products. The event was hosted by the Perry County Farmers Market and the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky. It was held at the foundation's office. There were several vendors selling everything from candles to jams and bread.
Whenever vegetables aren't growing as much, just to bring out the vendors for these special markets. So there's several vendors here, and I'm selling my bread.
Other vendors were not specific to Perry County. Some traveled to Knott County.
And the term Christmas tree syndrome is showing up more and more on social media. Of course, not everything you read on Facebook is accurate, so we did what you were supposed to do and asked a doctor. For Dr. Priya Arora, the term is actually helping to clear up a different misconception. Most people associate allergies with the spring and fall, but there are different triggers in the winter. Believe it or not, your live Christmas tree, which have mold on their branches.
Over the span of time that tree is in your house, we've seen a spike in the mold levels in the air.
Artificial trees can bring on a whole new set of problems along with some of your other decorations because we put them in storage. Dr. Warner suggests unpacking and cleaning your decorations outside.
Well, as many of you hit the roads today, we will keep a close eye on gas prices. Here is what you can expect here in Eastern Kentucky. Kentucky's average of $2.36 is about 22 cents cheaper than the national average. You will notice close to I-75, gas is much cheaper. Now there is a little shift since yesterday morning. Gas prices dropped throughout the day on Tuesday in Pike County. You will still find the lowest price in Bell County, where gas is about $2.17 a gallon.
And Kentucky's capital is looking into a ban on vaping in public. Proposals before both the Frankfort City Council and the Franklin County Fiscal Court would change how the law views the use of e-cigarettes. In particular, they want to reduce the number of teenagers who vape. The director of the Franklin County Health Department says other communities look at Frankfort as a leader. She hopes this will encourage other places in the state to put vaping bans into place as well.
There have been ample studies done at this point showing that aerosol from electronic cigarettes does in fact contain carcinogens.
This is concerning some Frankfort vape shops. They fear their customers will go to other counties. Right now, 7 counties have bans on vaping, along with 25 cities, such as Williamsburg.
Well, a third person has died from a weekend explosion in a home in Wolfe County. The Fayette County coroner says 80-year-old Albert Vanderpool died around 10:30 Monday night at UK Hospital. Vanderpool was injured in Saturday's explosion at his home on Highway 15 south of Campton. 52-year-old Philip Vanderpool and his wife, 48-year-old Sue Ann, also died in the blast. Investigators and the gas company are looking into what caused the explosion.
And a man went to the hospital after a rescue in Wolfe County. Search and rescue crews posted these pictures on Facebook. They say around 5:30 Monday night, a climber fell near Eagles Point Buttress. The climber was able to call 911, and crews carried him out, then took him to a hospital. There is no word yet on his condition.
Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News This Morning.
More news is on the way.
Coming up, more evidence of a strained relationship between Governor Matt Bevin and Lieutenant Governor Jeanine Hampton.
It's going to be a soggy morning for drivers, but the secondary weather concern today is just getting started. I'll talk about the wind in about 3 minutes.